Hi everyone! So I've been on winter break since Thanksgiving, but I've already had that kind of first week where I have too much time on my hands and I'm not doing anything. So I've lined up a couple of recommendations for TV shows, blogs, online shops you can browse. The first TV show is Girls. It's very fresh and it's almost like kind of how raw Juno is or how honest Tina Fey or Mindy Kaling is. Well, if you just like the cinematography or the wardrobe of 500 Days of Summer, it's so real. But it mainly follows Lena Dunham's character, which is Hannah Horvath, the most insecure, most clueless girl in her 20s living in New York trying to survive, and it's a lot of first world problems. But I mean, they're very relatable. The second TV show I would recommend is Freaks and Geeks. It's set in high school in the 80s. Freaks and Geeks is basically like the divide between like, you know, like the really geeky people and the really, well, not freaky people, but like kind of like the burnout group. It follows the life of Lindsay, who is kind of in the liminal period where she doesn't really know which one to choose and which one she is. I know I keep saying real, but it is very real. Like, these people in the show, they're like the people you would know in high school. You know, they don't dress up. A lot of the freshmen actually look like freshmen. They're not played by like 20-year-old, you know, Hollywood actors that look too Hollywood for the show. It's an antithesis to Awkward and to Gossip Girl. It's very unglamorized, very stripped down. I would watch this show if you liked Skins, the British version, because although Skins is a bit heightened for TV, it still has a realism to it. I would recommend Freaks and Geeks if you like Perks of Being a Wallflower, because it's still in that high school setting. The main character, she is a wallflower. She's observing, she's trying to see where she fits in. So if you like Perks of Being a Wallflower, you might like Freaks and Geeks even more. So I had to like move the camera a tiny bit because my neighbor, I think she saw me filming and I think she thought I was filming her, but I wasn't. Next show, Downton Abbey. I'm more likely to relate to things that are near my time, but Downton Abbey totally broke that rule, because this show, like, I would literally die for the people in this show. I would die for these fiction. The way it's written, I mean, for some reason, there are like 20 main characters, but you know every single one's name, you know every single one's personality, and you know their relationship. I feel like I know these people. It's set in I think it's set in the early 1900s. It follows the division between servants and the elite in one house, Downton Abbey, and it follows a dying class, because in that time, Raging 20s, it was transitioning from like not using the servant class anymore. Like, people were becoming more equal. But honestly, like, this show, I can't. Next thing is music. Imagine Dragons. Imagine Dragons is the band who made the song for Perks of Being a Wallflower trailer, and it's basically all their songs are basically like trailer music. It's very progressive, and it comes to a climax and you're just like, yeah, I feel like I'm in a trailer when I'm listening to this. Well, I think I'm gonna have to film like this because she keeps coming back, the neighbor, she keeps coming back to make her coffee in the kitchen. I really think that she's like on to me making videos and stuff, so I'm just gonna film over here. The next recommendation, this book, Chloe's Kitchen, and I'm not gonna be recommending real books in this one, because if you're like really bored and you don't have the attention span, I'm just gonna recommend things that like are easy to flip through. And Chloe's Kitchen is a vegan meal cookbook, and it just basically all your like favorite recipes made the vegan way, blah blah blah. And sorry, I'm like in a rush now because I'm all nervous. I've tried other vegan cookbooks and it always tastes kind of funny, and you're always just like, oh, this tastes very vegan, and it just then this one, it like tastes like normal food. I like this cookbook because the girl who wrote it, she's just, oh dude, like, she's so cute. She just puts a lot of love into each of her recipes, and you can tell because she puts like a description right before the recipes, and I hate cookbooks that don't put descriptions right before the recipes, because it's like they don't care and they just like copy pasted it off like allrecipes.com. The next thing I'd recommend is this magazine called Frankie. And Frankie Magazine is basically like Rookiemag's older sister. She is a bit more refined, yet she still talks. I'm talking about her like a person. It's still a very casual tone to it. The photography, there's like a lot of crafts, and it's a lot of like feminism and girl power, and that sounds really cheesy, but they put it like in a really cool way. It's a magazine based in Australia, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not even showing you what's inside, I'm just like looking at it for myself, which is horrible. But wait, I should stop. It's like Tumblr. It's very addictive. It's a very addictive magazine. Just like the photography is really cool. Like look at these hangers. Like they're really cool hangers on. And then the next thing I'd recommend is I can spend hours on Etsy. I can spend hours on online shopping, just like telling myself, should I buy this or should I not buy this? And that basically consumes my time. I have 2 shops I'd like to recommend, and one is also based in Australia, like Frankie Magazine. It's called Yippee Whippy. It does a lot of like t-shirts and hair accessories and things like that, and it's a very cute thing. I just really like it because it reminds me like of being a little girl. And the next one is Hood Rat Rough Diamond, is a shop I found on Etsy. Very like kitschy pins. She made a pin that said rest in peace, like I want to marry this person. I like this because it looks very homemade, yet it's something you wouldn't be able to think of yourself. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Rookie in the way that I forgot what I was gonna say. It reminds me of Rookie in the way that it uses a lot of glitter and a lot of like, you know, pipe cleaners, googly eyes. And then the next thing, I'll go into blogs, and the blogs I recommend would be Minimalist Baker. A blog if IKEA and a kitchen were to have like a baby. Very clean, the photography is amazing, and a lot of it is vegan or vegetarian, very quick stuff, and just all the stuff you'd want to make. It's not, you know, gastric pork medallions, it's like real food, and I just really love that. The next thing would be the Paper Beast. I think she's a graphic design major. I'm not sure if she's in college, but she's like graphic design, and she does a lot of cool prints like based from like crimes and sorry, I'm like whispering. I get scared that people hear me. The Paper Beast though, she is amazingly talented graphic designer, and I wish every single one of her prints were a t-shirt that I could buy. Okay, the last recommendation. I hear my dad. The last recommendation would be Rookiemag. And Rookiemag is in between a magazine and a blog, and it has everything from DIYs to Q&As with really famous comedians or just people you'd want to hear answers from, and it has a lot of life answers and DIYs, things like, oh wait, I just said that. It has a lot of photo sets that are just awesome, like I am rushing because we're going to Chinatown really soon and I'm scared. Not of Chinatown, but like they might catch me doing videos. I'd also recommend Girls because of the soundtrack. It features bands like MGMT, it features Beyonce, Feist, Best Coast, Fleet Foxes. I probably got you at Beyonce. So Rookiemag had a meetup the other day, and I'm gonna show some footage of it right now. I just love this blog. It creates a great community. Okay, bye. Have fun, you know, spending your time on winter break.